Salutations, my lords and ladies. Yes, we are back at it again. Yes, we are back at it again with the rest of our band-made review. We saw your comments and we wanted to make sure that we touched on everything we could touch on. As of right now, we are going to go back to Just Bring It, and we are also going to try out and see, well, when we did our recording, Scoops wasn't out when we did it. The last album we listened to was Epic Narratives, but now since Scoops is out, we definitely got to go check that out and try that out. We appreciate all the love y'all been giving us and all the comments y'all been giving us. So honestly, we just want to check out more Bandmate and love it because we just love the band. We just love listening to it. So hopefully I can add some more songs. Hopefully we both can add some more songs. Just have a good time. But we also have one more album. Dane, what's the last album? Because it's the Emperor of Melodies out here. Check him.
Yo, what is up, y'all? It's called Love, Passion, and Matador. It's one of their first albums. I think it's right after their initial album. Came in like 2014. So honestly, it's a really short album, albeit it's like only 11 minutes long. But still, like, we're going to check it out. All right, let's hit it with a listen. You ready, bro?
Huzzah! Okay, here's what I'll say, right? This album, hands down, it does feel the vibe of being like that Matador. You got those rose petals, you're dancing, you're fighting, you're running with the bulls, you're doing what you need to do, bro. You're having that upbeat kind of vibe. It gives off a sudden like summery kind of vibe, but also a more like energetic kind of flavor. And that's what I like about Bandmate when they do more of like an energetic kind of beat, especially like when they're going fast with the drums, fast with the guitar, everything. Because I'm more of a fast-paced kind of like rock and roll kind of situation. Whether it's pop rock, whether it's emo rock, like anything that's like fast-paced, kind of gets my body moving, gets my body grooving. Like that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So hands down, this was a good album. I'd say my favorite song on the album was definitely like the very first one because it kind of definitely gives off that like Matador kind of vibe. Like it reminds me of like the one opening from Bleach that has like the Spanish guitar in it.
Oh yeah.
Or, like if you, or like Bulls in the Bronx. That's like another song that I'm really into that kind of gives me that vibe. So like I would just say that like it was definitely my first song. I don't know what the first song is called though because it was I don't know how to translate Japanese.
I'm pretty sure it's based off the title Love, Passion, Matador, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so it's literally just called Love, Passion, Matador. All right, we're dead.
I'm pretty. Let me just double check it. Let's see the hiragana.
All right, like let's fact check that, Jays. Let's fact check.
Yes, it's the same hiragana from the album.
Type stuff. All right, word. Well, I love me a little Matador type of vibe. So that's good looks over there. So I'll say that was my favorite. I added every single song though. Every single song was a banger. One thing I like about the second song definitely is just like especially the fast paced like guitar gave off that kind of heavy metal vibe. But you know I gotta love that. I gotta love that just like high like just high fast strumming that legit like I feel like I'm raging. Like I like that. I like that. It's lit.
It's lit.
All right, what about you? What about you, son? Yeah, it's lit. I don't know why I called you son. I said, what about you, cuz?
Honestly, my favorite was Summer Drive. Like the vibes of Summer Drive is just, it's like it's a nice, it's a driving song. You know, obviously it's basically the name, but I was like, I think it's just a chill song that encapsulates of just like being on like by the beach. You know, you're doing a speed limit. You know, nothing too crazy. It's like a long day of like, long week. You just like go for a drive on the weekend. You're like turn the car, go for a drive, top down. You play in this song. It's just that feeling where you're like driving, you're free, you're just with you in the elements and the wind in your face. It's just so, I don't know, the atmosphere that Summer Drive brings around is just so nice. That's what I like. Also, the factoid behind this like album single doing like Love, Passion, Matador is that, so what happened when we listen to albums, right? We listened to the album Made in Japan, which released 2014. Technically, according to Bandmate's official website, not their first album being New Beginning, which is where Thrill, the second song in this album, was. But the last two songs, Summer Drive and Love, Passion, Matador, are reintroduced in the 2018 version of Made in Japan. And that's why, like, you know, just going back to it, both of these songs are bangers that we're glad we got to listen to, because honestly, they're fun songs. It's pretty unique to see, like, go back a little bit to see like how they experience with different types of music. Is like all different types of like rock in this album. As Emmanuel was saying, like there's a little more heavy metal, something more Love Fashion Mantra being closer to their normal style today, and Summer Drive being something a little bit more on the chill end, you know? All right then. Next up, we got Just Bring It.
Yes, we gotta re-listen to it because hands down the recording just got messed up. It's not like we didn't check it out, my dear viewers. We did, because I did take notes of every single album we did, because I was trying to like basically write down every single song I liked from each album to make sure, and I did check back and we did listen to it. It's just that like for some reason, like when we did the recording, it just kind of got messed up or something like that. So I do apologize, but we're gonna be listening to it again, and hands down, it's a blessing to us because we get to listen to it again. Absolutely. So let's just get back into it, cuz.
Well, it's time for me to bring it.
Just bring it, just bring it. They brought it on, cousin. They brought it on. And absolutely, here's what I'll say. I added more songs this time. Re-listened to it, I got some more songs I was into now. The only thing I added, I think, was like Don't You Tell Me, and then like Secret of My Lips, like the first like listen. So like now that we got to re-listen to you, like sorry, not listen to you, re-listen to it, I was able to actually add more songs. So like honestly, so what I added now, from like the album itself, which I'm actually really happy about, is I actually added Puzzle and Cross along with it, and Secret of My Lips and Don't You Tell Me have already been added, but you know, Puzzle and Cross have now added on to my playlist because of just honestly, I just like the vibe of it. It was definitely I think like one of my favorite things about this band, hands down, is just like they give off a very like energetic vibe, and I've said that before, but it's just that like it just keeps on like changing throughout each of the albums. So like sometimes it's maybe like a soft kind of speed beat, sometimes it's like very like hard rock, like heavy metal kind of vibe, and sometimes like they just surprise you each and every day, like how they will just change up the stuff. Like I feel like they really try to not just stay the same, and I respect it. I feel like that's like a lot of times like where like some bands like mess up with, is that they kind of just try to play the same exact music and try to just do everything that works. Like I can really tell that like Bandmate experiments with their stuff. Like they really try to find different ways. Like they come up with different voices each time they come out with an album, and I truly believe that. So hands down, you know, Just Bring It has brought me some more songs to listen to, and I really appreciate it. So I'm glad that we got to re-listen to it. Absolutely.
100%. I gotta say, Carly, my favorite song off of this album is Moratorium. Because the energy that brings is just all the energy this whole album brings is top tier. Starting up with Don't You Tell Me, it like the initial opening, you know, just like shakes you awake, right? The initial riff, it shakes you awake. It's just like just a good start to like a high energy album. And Moratorium, I feel like it's the best with the high energy. The riffs were amazing. The drum work is always clean, and I'm just glad that honestly we listen just bring it and find some new pieces, just get to like listen to it, you know, dissect it a little bit more. They did a really good job on this album, and it's just like a very high energy album. A lot of some of the later albums from like later on, like a little bit more like faster. I feel like this one is like the energy they brought to this album was spectacular, and I'm glad that you get to enjoy it once again. So, are you ready for?
Well, hold on. I don't think I said my favorite album, hands down. Oh, sorry, not favorite album. It was Secret of My Lips, by the way. Just Secret of My Lips, bro, or Secret of My Lips. However you say it. Wait, how do you go back to say it? Yeah, Secret of My Lips. Secret of My Lips, legitly. I think it has like the perfect kind of like ending, kind of like beat at the end, where it's like the end of the show. Like after like you had like the final battle, and you like literally just brought it to like the worst villain or something like that. The main characters like finally like getting to like, get their love interest or receive back to their group of friends and stuff like that. It's just like that good old fashioned like the smiley beat. Like it's a perfectly good like anime end song. It absolutely is. Secret of My Lips, absolutely perfect end song for an anime.
Speaking of anime songs, the new EP SCOOOOOP. Hey man, tell me about it.
Let's do it, bro. All right, man. It's time. We're gonna be listening to the EP, the newest album, 2025 album. Honestly, I'm very excited to listen to it. We luckily, thankfully, because of the fact that we had to like make sure that we redo and get to listen to these albums and make sure we're doing the right stuff, because we want to just give BandMAID the love that they deserve and make sure we're listening to everything. We actually get to listen to this album and add it on to our playlists and stuff like that. So I'm excited to just get into it. So what about you, cuz? Like, how you feeling before we get into it? This is our last little album of the night.
Actually, quick fun fact about this album: you see that Scoop has 5
Tell me
zeros in
something.
it, right? So Scoop has 5
Breaks my
zeros.
mind.
What does 5 zeros mean? Because guess what? There's 5 members of the band for 5 zeros, just like there are 5 exclamation points in Unleash. There. So that's why there's 5 zeros, you know, just to signify each member of the band, because they all respect each other a lot. They'll do good work, and they come together to make a lot of big moves this year, as I'll talk about after we finish this album. So, E-Man, let's hit it.
All right, man, and that was the latest album from BandMAID. Scoop! I think I accidentally said BandMAID. BandMAID, made with the band of maids. Yes, sir. All right, but honestly, bro, this album was lit. Also, listen to what I will say. They kind of kept consistently with like the kind of like melody they were going for. Like, it's very like bubbly, very like hard rock, but very like bubbly, and it kind of like flows with. Like, it's like a good kind of like up and down kind of beat. Hands down, my favorite song from the album was Dilly Dally. It was really good. I liked it. It had me like it was scooping up my life. It was scooping up my mood. It was good. It was good. I also because I find the name a little funny.
I mean, it is pretty so.
Hey man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But honestly, this was a good album. This is a good album. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I wonder if they're gonna drop an album for 2026. Because this was a 2025 album. So I don't. When did it come out? What day did it come out? They probably
October 22nd. October 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where.
And I know they're probably looking at a little bit more albums too, because they're taking a tour break. Because 2 things, right? BandMAID is going on tour this year, and they're taking a tour break for next year, 2027. So they're gonna probably work on some. Probably gonna do the what's it called? Get mocapped for the second season of Roxy Lady's Modesty, 2027, and all that happened. They can release some new songs then, and then they'll probably be back to touring, 2028, so on. So 2027, they have a lot of big things working in the works for 2027. So like, all right, that makes sense. But then back to Scoop, bro. Lock and the Load is just a vibe, bro. Like, there's no vocals for it, but BandMAID does what they do best: bring a fire instrumental to each of their songs. And this song, with just being instrumental, it shows all their skills, all their talents, especially after after all these albums we've listened to. We can see, this being the latest album, we can see how much care they put into their music, how much joy they have in making music, and how much character they've added with like how they do play all the instruments. Another big thing for this album, or it's EP technically, but is that 3D songs. This is 2025, which means a lot of songs were in animes this year. They had Zen was opening for Zenshu, which is like a animator. This anime, it was like an animator goes like into her world. She like wrote the story she wrote, and she deals with that. And then they do the OP for Zenshu. They do the opening for Roxy Lady's Modesty, which we've talked about in part 1 of the BandMAID video, BandMAID review. And they also do the ending, What Is Justice, for Tougen Aniki, which honestly is why it was really cool. I was like, hold up, I just watched the ending, bro. I don't think if I watched the show as much. Man, what's the show even about, bro?
Bro, Tougen Aniki. So with Tougen Aniki, right? It does have a lot of elements to do with kind of like how Blue Exorcist, or if you want to like think about like a really like anime back in the day, because for like the power scale, it's kind of like how Deadman Wonderland's power scale is, where they use blood as their abilities. So basically, it's the kind of vibe of a kind of an oppressed lineage, which is the Oni. Because basically, back in history, right, the Oni were like these terrible blood style kind of monsters that use their blood as weapons, and they're like over boundless ability and strength, and they killed a lot of different kinds of like villages and people until like this group of what's they're called? What are they called? I forget what the group is called. But basically, this group came in with their own kind of style of like I would say bloody uses, but they have like they all kind of exuberate this kind of like blood mode, like bloody, like moldy kind of ability, like this black mold, and they make weapons from that too. And through that, they've always had this kind of battle between like the Oni versus this group, because basically the story, the first ever Oni that came around got chopped up by the first ever hero that came in to save the day. But now it's basically that the Oni have started to be like persecuted and like killed and like treated as like an extermination kind of situation. So now the main character, after losing his father, who was actually a part of the organization that was sent out to kill Oni, found him as a child, raised him, then got killed as a traitor in front of his eyes. So now our main character has to now go in, learn how to be an Oni, learn how to use his abilities to the fullest, and not only try to find the guy that killed his father and get revenge, but also help not only save his classmates, but also save the future of Oni by becoming strong as he can. Because the entire thing of it is that the Oni want to be as strong as they can so they can have a seat at the table and discuss what they can do to stop these wars. And one of the things I love about Tougen Aniki is it kind of shows the element of like, basically this war is throwing away both their lives, both sides of the spectrum's lives away, right? And then one thing is, for instance, like when people die, they actually explain like their age and when they die. They kind of show that like some people were just starting their adulthood, or some people are just really young, or some people are like just kids that are dying right now. And like they're kind of just getting to that point of like, is this really how you want to spend your life? Killing off one side of the coin and the other side trying to kill off the other side of the coin, instead of trying to live and find ways to live together and like exist together, like coexist. So it's just like it's a lot. It's a lot. Tougen Aniki is a very good series. My apologies, my dear viewers, if I've messed up like just like trying to figure out the name of like the other side. Put it in the comments, hands down, if you know the other side of the name and what y'all think about Tougen Aniki, because honestly I loved it, especially because they did the band MAID did the ending, which is what it just is, their first ever ending. But all right, Oral Cigarettes is hands down one of my favorite bands, and they did the opening for Tougen Aniki, and I was really excited for that, especially because they did the opening for Noragami, which is an underrated anime, which y'all should definitely check out, my lords and ladies.
Season 2 of Noragami, not the first one, which is also the fire opening of season 2.
Yeah, season 2, which is Hey Kids. That's like that's what the opening is called for season 2 of Noragami.
Alrighty then, we listen to band MAIKO, which, if you look at the song, it's by band MAIKO. So, E-Man, ask me, what is a MAIKO?
Alright, bruh, what's a MAIKO? Pray tell my cousin.
Alright, a MAIKO is an apprentice geisha, and a geisha is what a classical band used to be a performer. So, like, a MAIKO would be someone who's learning from that geisha to like perform. So, right, a MAIKO has a specific outfit, which is what band made. It's not like they're all, where they have it like the lore for like their band MAIKO is a fan of the band who like it was just basically band MAID's concepts, but someone else took them, quote unquote, and then that's what band MAIKO comes from. And they have a lot of like Kyoto, there's a lot of like, you know, old like you and then everything like that, and like especially the ad-libs for their songs. I mean, it has to be, you know, to be authentic, you know what I mean? And they have a lot of more traditional Japanese instruments called wagaki, which is like a lot of, that's why you hear the like few the wano from One Piece, right? A lot of those string instruments that you hear that they're plucking in the background, they incorporate into this album, which I find very nice. Yeah, and especially the little ad where they go like in the background and stuff like that. It's always so, I don't know, it brings a smile to my face. Because it's like a unique mix of rock, like their normal rock songs. Because a lot of these songs some songs in this album already aren't in the albums, but the remix they do for it, I like it a lot. It's very, very unique. You know, you don't really, it isn't something you won't really expect to happen. So I'm glad we honestly gotta go listen to this. And then my favorite song, I'm gonna have to say of this album, it's probably Ansan. So the fourth song of this album. feels pretty good, you know. I feel like it's just like the perfect balance of, you know, the traditional Japanese instruments with like the normal rock style, and like I say, I like it a lot. But then Gioncho is kind of up there for me. But I'll go with Anson for now. What about you, cuz?
All right, got you. I got you. So this one thing I will say is I definitely love music, especially like old timey, like back in the day, like Wano period, or like with like how you said. Well, I don't think there was was there actual Wano period in Japan, or was there I don't think so. I don't think so. But
I
like
think
kind of like
Japan goes by
back in the
whoever's
day with
ruling
like
them, I
Edo and
believe.
like more like geishas. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, true. Yeah, that is true. But like just any way, shape, or form, anything with like geishas, like because like one thing I know for a fact is like I love like a shamisen, that kind of like because that's like a legit a different type of guitar kind of situation.
yeah, it,
Kind of it's kind of like to me kind of sounds like like a banjo and like a guitar had a baby. Like it hits like a those when they hit the strings, especially where they kind of use like a different kind of pick that kind of it's not like a regular like guitar pick. It's like something kind of different. It sounds really good, especially because I love some animes that definitely have openings with a shamisen in it, and like you can hear that a lot in this album, and I really like that. It's a different kind of sound and it's a different kind of vibe, and it tickles the ears. It tickles the ears, and I really like that. For me, I would say hands down my favorite song on the album was "Screaming." For this, I think I just like how they do it, especially just because it has like a I don't know how to explain it. It has like a very like enticing beat to it. Like it kind of like just brings you in. I also like Yon Show. That was also really good. Especially because like going back to what you said, I do like the ad libs in Screaming. I think they just fits the vibe well, and just like makes you like just like smile a little bit. Like it brings a smile to your face. Like this album definitely fits the vibe of like what they were entailing, especially like just like that like old timey like geisha kind of vibe. And I feel like especially like if you were like out as like a samurai, or like if you were like just doing your thing like a samurai Champloo, or like an Afro samurai kind of vibe, it definitely gives that off, and I really like that.
yeah.
So
I feel like,
honestly, this album was really good. I added like 4 songs from it, so I would say it was a good vibe.
honestly, yeah, because I feel like it goes with bandmates like creativity in making their songs. Like you don't expect them to like pull out like the the geisha, the geisha out like MAIKO outfits, and then with the traditional Japanese
Yeah,
instruments, and then just like remix some of their songs
yeah.
as a separate band, quote unquote, which is that's pretty cool. Because like, I know we talking about the shamisen, right? I know a song that uses the shamisen is like if you see ever seen Zombieland Saga, the character like when Yuguri's singing a song, a lot of her songs use the shamisen and like in the background. And I've always that's one of my favorite songs from Zombieland Sagas in general. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's pretty fun. Like also an idol anime, that's pretty comedic. I like all the characters, and they just released a movie for it last year too. So go check that out.
But just back to it, like it just really makes me happy, like when bands, especially like just really good bands, can get like an get some kind of their music into an anime. So I'm just really glad that they were able to gain Bandmaid was able to not only gain Rockus Lady's Modesty and get their opening, but they're also able to do the ending for Tougen Aniki, and I'm really glad about that. I hope they're able to put more of their music into other animes, and especially the new upcoming animes coming up. I hope I get to hear them a lot more. So that's just all I want to say on that matter when it comes to Tougen Aniki and all that. But honestly, I'm just glad I got to witness this anime. Thank you, cuz. Sorry, not witness this anime. Witness this band. Thank you, cuz, so much for just putting me on. And I'm glad that now we have the full kind of discography, so our viewers can actually look to it and enjoy it as well. We'll be doing more discographies as we keep on going. Let us know in the comments which y'all would like us to listen to, what discographies y'all would like us to check out, or honestly, any new albums you would like us to check out, whether it's just like pop rock, J rock, regular rock, heavy metal, hip hop, R&B, country.
Oh
We'll
no,
try
no,
country.
no! I'm not doing
Classical
country.
music, well,
I'm not doing
classical music,
country music, bro.
pop music, any emo music. I just tell us, We love
It's
hearing from y'all. Please and thank you.
indie,
Absolutely.
indie.
Any closing statements, cuz?
And only those statements. Well, honestly, as one of my favorite bands and music artists in general, it's cool to see how much bandmate grew this year. I said with all the animes they've got to had to make songs for, especially when their involvement in rock is lady's modesty, and hopefully they get paid well for that because They did a lot of work on that, and especially behind the scenes, like getting all the mocap and everything. Especially to get paid for it. So it's pretty cool to see how much they were involved in that series, and how much they care about like rock and like like ladies in rock, and just doing good job by that. Uh, but they says they do all the instrumental work, make the music, make the lyrics and everything. You just tell how much they care and truly want to make music for people to enjoy and bring smiles to people's faces. And it's just really cool to see like how they, as a band, from where they started to now, just the different types of styles they've able to use in different songs and different albums and different paces and everything. So I'm just glad to listen to this band with my cousin, and I hope y'all catch us next time. Peace.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Good evening, good afternoon, or good